Did you know that the AI startup that sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley forced tech giants to slash their prices and rewrote the rules of the AI game is run by a team of fresh graduates and undergrad interns? Meet DeepSeek, the underdog that didn't just challenge the status quo. It flipped the script entirely. Their V2 model didn't just raise eyebrows. It started a price war in China, forcing giants like Tencent, Alibaba, and Baidu to rethink their strategies overnight. And their CEO, Leon W. Fun, made a bold promise: DeepSeek will always stay open source. His goal? To stop China from imitating innovation and start leading it. But DeepSeek isn't alone. Another AI challenger, Kimi-K 1.5 from Moonshot AI, has been making waves of its own, outperforming even GPT-4 in math and coding benchmarks. Together, these startups are proving that China's AI scene isn't just catching up, it's rewriting the rules. How did DeepSeek pull this off? What's their secret? And where does Kimi-K fit into this race? This is the story of DeepSeek and the AI revolution happening right now. DeepSeek emerged on the Chinese AI scene as a low-profile startup with a surprising impact. It began attracting attention partly because it had a quant private fund called Huan Fun behind it, which had invested heavily in NVIDIA 100 GPUs, and partly because it drove a sudden price war in the large language model LLM space. Its model, DeepSeek Vi2, introduced a cost for inference so low, about 1 yuan per million tokens, that competitors felt pressure to slash their own prices. Tencent, Baidu, Alibaba, and ByteDance eventually followed suit, even if it meant taking a loss. Observers compared DeepSeek's approach to the discount-oriented Pinduoduo, calling it the AI Pinduoduo. But DeepSeek didn't rely on subsidies or burn cash to offer its low prices. The secret? A new model architecture that brought GPU memory usage down to a fraction of the usual baseline. They replaced the typical multi-head attention mechanism, MHA, with a more efficient design, operating at only 5 to 13% of the memory footprint. The team also implemented a DeepSeek MoAS sparse design that cut unnecessary computation, allowing them to reduce operating costs so effectively that they could turn a profit while other companies struggled. In global circles, analysts began to talk about DeepSeek as a mysterious new force in AI. Andrew Carr, a former OpenAI employee, adopted some of their training ideas in his own work, and Anthropic's Jack Clark described DeepSeek's researchers as a group of extremely capable minds. He saw the company as part of China's drive to produce influential technology on par with its role in drones and electric vehicles. DeepSeek's founder, Leon Fun, had always believed that chasing immediate applications was less valuable than pushing the boundaries of architecture. With a background in advanced engineering and AI research, he spent years in the background developing ways to scale up deep learning systems with minimal overhead. He felt that reliance on short-term replication of foreign breakthroughs would perpetually keep Chinese AI labs behind the curve. Instead, he preferred to focus on fundamental changes, even if that meant risking time and resources on projects that might not pan out. Part of the company's broader goal is progress toward artificial general intelligence, AGI. They devote themselves to exploring the infrastructure and frameworks that might support generalized intelligence rather than merely shipping a ChatGPT clone. This long-term vision sets them apart from many competitors who are focused on quick wins and immediate revenue. Meanwhile, Moonshot AI, another newcomer in Beijing, took a different route by focusing on a multimodal large language model named Kimi-K 1.5. This model gained attention for outperforming GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 Sonnet on metrics, such as Math 500, where it earned a score of 96.2. It also hit 77.5 on AIME and landed in the 94th percentile on Codeforces. Beyond these tests, it achieved impressive numbers on MathVista and MMU, thanks to strategies like rejection sampling, partial rollouts, and length penalties during its reinforcement learning phase. The developers equipped Kimi-K 1.5 with a 128K token context window, meaning it can handle extremely lengthy input without losing track of earlier details. Because it supports text, image, and code processing, users can feed it various forms of content in a single go. It manages up to 50 files at once, including PDFs, slides, and documents, and can even run real-time searches on over 100 sites. The team at Moonshot made it freely accessible through their chat interface, located at Kiore AI. Users can create an account, pick the offline or online mode, and toggle between normal Kimi and the Kimi K 1.5 Loom thinking version. DeepSeek R1, a newer release from DeepSeek, came out soon after V2 and caused just as much conversation in tech circles. Reviews pointed to strong performance in coding and reasoning tasks, along with a general open-source approach that aligned with DeepSeek's philosophy. Observers decided to compare Kimi K 1.5 with DeepSeek R1 on several practical tasks, beginning with image analysis. Each model received 2 images containing numeric data for various large language models. Kimi K 1.5 managed to parse the text more accurately and identify the correct entries, while DeepSeek R1 ended up comparing values that hadn't been mentioned for one of the models. Both mixed parameters to a degree, but Kimi K 1.5 still looked stronger because it interpreted the data a little better. Next, they tried web searching to locate red gowns under $200. DeepSeek R1 returned multiple links, though a few turned out to be irrelevant or not within the desired price range. Kimi K 1.5 gave 2 direct links that fulfilled the request and posted supplemental options in a side panel, making it more focused on the price and color constraints. Then, they tested how each model handled multiple files at once. Kimi K 1.5 parsed at least 2 files out of 3 and summarized them, while DeepSeek R1 stumbled and returned no effective unified summary unless given the files separately. Finally, the 2 models were tasked with generating HTML code for a snakes and ladders game. DeepSeek R1 came across as more advanced, with clearer modular features and a more playable interface, while Kimi K 1.5 presented something simpler that allowed the tokens to stray beyond the boundaries of the board. Neither model managed to implement real snakes or ladders, so the code they produced stuck mostly to random movement on a board layout. After the scores were tallied, Kimi K 1.5 finished with 3 points and DeepSeek R1 finished with 1. While these tests weren't exhaustive, the comparison showcased noticeable differences in their functionality. DeepSeek R1 struggled with large combined file inputs but excelled at coding, while Kimi K 1.5 performed better for tasks like web searching, basic image analysis, and summarizing multiple documents. DeepSeek's meteoric rise triggered ripples well beyond China, causing U.S. tech stocks to seesaw as investors scrambled to determine how new open-source breakthroughs might affect established giants like Microsoft, Google, and Meta. When DeepSeek 5.2 drove inference costs down to nearly yuan per million tokens, analysts on Wall Street began questioning the sustainability of current pricing models in the West. Meta, in particular, dipped briefly after rumors circulated that DeepSeek would eventually release a social platform plugin at a fraction of the cost. Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud rushed to announce new AI pricing tiers, presumably to match the affordability that DeepSeek had so swiftly showcased. A sudden drop in inference costs led hedge funds like 72 and Renaissance to rebalance their portfolios, adopting a wait-and-see approach and giving fresh capital to open-source AI projects that mirrored DeepSeek's cost-saving architecture. A substantial portion of the global developer community rallied behind DeepSeek, seeing its fully open-source release as a direct counterweight to big tech's walled garden approach. Forums like Hacker News and Reddit's r/machine learning lit up with praise for Leon Guillaume and his team, hailing their MLA and DeepSeek MOAS designs as genuine game-changers. The loudest cheers often came from indie developers, small startups, and academic researchers who felt locked out by steep GPU prices and closed-source solutions. They viewed DeepSeek as the people's champion, putting advanced technology within reach without demanding massive budgets. In interviews, respected AI thinkers like Andrei Karpathy and Yann LeCun expressed cautious optimism about the changes DeepSeek might bring, applauding its architectural contributions, while acknowledging that large incumbents wouldn't simply fade away. Still, DeepSeek's message of innovation over imitation resonated strongly among a global audience eager to see open-source AI dethrone entrenched big tech gatekeepers. So far, the race is still wide open. OpenAI, Anthropic, and Cohere have each taken notice of DeepSeek's rapid ascent, with some insiders hinting that upcoming versions of GPT and Claude might incorporate memory-saving tricks inspired by MLA. Meanwhile, Kimi K 1.5 continues to impress in coding and math benchmarks, even as DeepSeek R1 gains traction in enterprise coding workflows. Between DeepSeek's cost-slashing breakthroughs and Moonshot AI's multimodal prowess, a new fault line has emerged: open-source, community-driven innovation versus legacy tech giants protecting their high-margin offerings. While major players like Amazon, Baidu, and Tencent juggle acquisitions and internal R&D to keep pace, it's clear that the world is beginning to frame this as a war between open-source accessibility and corporate exclusivity. Whether DeepSeek's story becomes a lasting template for how to democratize AI or a cautionary tale, if big tech finds a way to co-opt its methods, remains to be seen. For now, one thing is certain. In the ongoing AI revolution, DeepSeek has proven that fresh ideas from a small team can reshape entire industries, leaving everyone else racing to catch up. DeepSeek's journey is far from over. With each new release, they continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in AI, proving that innovation doesn't have to come from the biggest players with the deepest pockets. Their story is a testament to the power of bold ideas, relentless focus, and a commitment to open-source principles. As the AI landscape evolves, one thing is clear: DeepSeek has already left an indelible mark, and the world is watching to see what they'll do next.